All right, homie. My brother. Okay, I'm on day 19 of semen retention. What does that mean? I haven't ejaculated for 19 days. And how does that make my environment safer for me and the people around me? Let's talk about how it helps my physical body specifically. I'll give you 2 examples. So I'm on the phone with my girlfriend today. I'm at the park. There's 100 bikers that are like on a bicycle that are riding past me, going over the overpass. I say to my girlfriend, I'm like, hey, should I just go run with them? She's like, do it. I'm like, all right, let's go. I got my shirt off already. I've just been soaking in the sun. I walk up the overpass with them, and then they were all meeting on the other side. There's like 100 bikers. And then they start going. And then I'm in the back, and I start running. And I start like kind of running past a couple of them. And then I start running faster, and they're like, oh shit, let's go. And they start cheering me on behind me. I'm like, okay. So then I start running faster. They're like, oh, okay. And they're like, ding, 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 ding on their bicycles. And I'm going. And then they're like, yeah. It was like a Forrest Gump moment. As I ran past more bikers, the more of them started cheering for me. It was really cool. And then, couldn't only run that fast for that long, right? So then I don't get all the way to the front, but I give my best shot. Hold on, there's like no light at all. Let me actually walk to this street because there's more light. Okay, cool. So I'm running up to the front and I'm like, all right, let me pull over and catch my breath. So I start slowing down, but then people are like, yeah, man, as they're riding by. And then so I turn around, I'm like, sick. And this dude at the end stops. He's like, boom, 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 boom. He's like, dude, I just needed to boom, taps me up. And he's like, I just need to give my respects, man. That's good. And then I walked back. That happens on day 19 of semen retention. I felt that hunger in me. I felt the motivation and inspiration to run and sprint past 100 bikers. I felt embodied in my physical body. Here's story 2. I go to the art boutique, a venue in the Bay Area, and I go to see Sea in the Sky. And this band Tide Falls is opening up. Their music is amazing. I'll shout them out in another video, I think. I'm gonna keep this one about semen retention. So I'm seeing this band. They were playing their songs, and I was digging it, and it inspired me to move and to dance. I felt it was strange because I feel like everyone else in that room was just like standing. And I'm a big dude. I'm like 6'2". 6'2.5", by the way. You give me a big body, God. It's hard to miss me. Anyways, I'm in the venue. There's a lot of people in there. I don't want to just stand in front of someone with my back to them, but I also want to hear the music. So I'm like I'm more so in the front than in the back. And then I start moving, I start dancing because it would have been hard to resist that energy. So I was able to dance and have a good time and jump around, and some other dudes started joining me, and we're creating peace. I'm like introducing myself. I'm talking with people that felt aligned to talk with. Hold on. Oh, there's another band playing here. Okay. I'm just dancing. Right? A bunch of people come up to me after the show and they're like, oh my God, were you the guy starting the mosh pit? I shrugged it off and just started talking with them, but that wasn't my intention. My intention was to simply be in my body and let myself feel what music inspires me to feel. And I showed that through dancing. And people noticed, but everyone who would talk to me about it would talk to me with a smile because I was celebrating life. Because I feel life. That's the thing. I feel life. How can semen retention help my friends and family, the people around me, if I'm retaining? I'm not indifferent about things. I care. I do my best to show up. There's a lot of mental shift that happens. If we take out the equation of I'm going to release this energy through an ejaculation, we take that out of our options, we become more selfless. Because oftentimes men might want to release because they feel stress or desire, but that's creative energy. And we get to utilize that energy and create what feels best in our hearts. It's similar to saying, how does having a lot of money support the people around you? Because money is a form of currency, and we could say semen is too. Because if I'm embodying more life force energy, semen, right? I'm just saying that back and forth. Because someone asked me, like, what do you mean by life force energy? That's what I mean by life force energy. The seed within us that if we plant can grow life. That's life force energy. So if I'm embodying that, it's like I have more money. Because it's easy to understand money. People talk about money differently. It's an exchange. So if I give out my money, immediately the first sign of desire, I'm not gonna have a lot of money, not gonna have a lot of energy. If my family or friends need financial help, they won't call me. I won't be able to fathom the problems that they're having. I won't be able to help. But if I save that money, if my friends calls me, I have the energy, I'll have the funds to help. So if I restore my semen within me, it's like I have a lot of money. And people can argue having a lot of money doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna help the people around you. That is true. I read somewhere that saying, money isn't inherently good or bad. Money only amplifies the heart posture of the person with money. So the prerequisite is having a clear heart center and focus to have the desire to want to help your family. So brother, if you're asking how does semen retention help a man help his family, you will help your family simply because you asked that question. That is a heart posture that if you don't ejaculate, you retain that energy, transmute it, brother. Now you will have more energy, more funds, right? More biological funds, life force, more currency within you, more electricity, where you will be able to answer that question, how can I help my family? And you'll have more energy to do it. So those are the two questions that I got asked on my Instagram. I'm at Flow State, Go State on Instagram. My name is Joseph. I grow like the trees do, connected to you. My mission is to inspire integrity by sharing my story. Namaste. I love you. Peace.